All right. Good morning. Good morning. It is 6:31. It is February 27th. Take a look at the disclosure before we get into the 6:30 club. My name is Scott Redler. I guess I could say I'm your Chief Strategic Officer also. I am the Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com, the Alpha Team, Redler All Access, and been doing the 6:30 club since the pandemic. That's 2020. So I've been doing it for 4 years. If you count how many times Monday through Thursday that I've been doing this, or I bet you can't even count any times Monday through Thursday I've missed one. That's what you have to be in this market. You have to be consistent. You have to have your discipline. You have to have your process. You have to know what's happening, how it's happening, why it's happening. And then if changes happen, you got to move along to find the setups. Anyway, let me say hello to some of my dogs around the world. Let's see if we get people coming in. All right, we got Blair already up top. We got Moonshine in. We got Option Wrap. We got EK Santo in the house. What up? What up? What up? Good morning, Jose. It's good to see a lot of familiar faces. You guys seem to have your routine, your process. At this point, we're just gonna get right into it. Here's your chart of the S&P cash. S&P had a bit of a 2-day little rest slash, some people say decline. It's more like digestion, right? Here's the gap from the Nvidia big gap up, right? And then 2 inside days after hitting, not actually even an inside day, after hitting 51.11. Here's yesterday's low of 5,068, and that's your inside range. Listen, things change, right? All of a sudden, you could go from AI, semis being where the action is, which is where it was, and then money rotates. And the last few days or the last few sessions or yesterday, a lot of it was in the crypto names. Listen, I am not an expert in the crypto names. I do trade Bitcoin, Ethereum. I've been doing it for a bunch of years. I started my Coinbase account the first time Bitcoin broke above 20,000. It follows my rules of, when it's above the 8 and 21 day, there's momentum. When it's above the 8 and 21 day, you want to be long. You want to use your tier system. And yesterday, a lot of guys in the Alpha team did really well. I bought Mara calls last week. A lot of them bought coin calls yesterday, right before the break. I think I spoke about crypto. I talked about crypto yesterday. Anyway, I was talking about crypto, and I bought the BITO real fast as we went over the daily chart and the weekly chart, and boom, just like that, you catch a nice move and it feels good. Last week, Nvidia was where the action was. A lot of the semis, even now, there's still a lot of action in the AI semis, but right now Nvidia seems like it needs to digest a little bit. ARM's been doing much better. AMD is trying to build a slower, bigger pattern, but we'll get to it. Ethereum's been good also. SOUM, you guys were upset last night. I was trading down after hours, and then boom, continued. There's a lot going on. Listen, there's always a lot going on. I was on with my Liz Clayman on Friday talking about how it looked like the bios were ready to go, and that the small caps were building, and boom, just like that, you put some money on in a few different spots with a careful plan, and you go with it, and you can make good money. Either way, here, this is the S&P cash. Here is the week prior high. Here's your gap. Some decent digestion, right? SPYs also, little bit of digestion. You guys were asking me to get it a little close up here. This is the SPYs. Hit 510. Broke below yesterday's low. I've been selling premium. I haven't been shorting the SPYs as a hedge. I've been shorting premium above. So this way, if we don't get there, I keep the premium. If we do get there, I make money long, and then I let it burn off a little bit. What up, Marco? How you feeling? So a lot of people like, what'd you see with Mara? To be honest, it wasn't my call. A lot of guys from the Alpha team have been trading these crypto equity peripheral names, and bottom line is you look at Mara here. Mara's given us a lot of different ways to play it. A lot of different ways to play it. First, this sequence I remember back in January. That one I did really well, and then it was out of play. And then look what happened when it got back above the 8 and 21 day, right in November. Look at that above the 8 and 21 day. Look at that momentum. Okay, momentum happens above the 8-day moving average. It doesn't happen below it. That's where you want to focus as an active trader. And then into this pullback, I missed this move. I'm not going to lie to you. I was playing Nvidia. I was playing SMCI. I was playing, ARM, AVGO, and then, all of a sudden, I bought into this pullback, and I'm pleasantly surprised, right? Luck happens when you sweat. If where sweating creates luck. Why? Because if you're sweating, you're working. Anyway, this was a really nice move. And then yesterday, we bought BITO, which had a nice little bull flag, right? Every Saturday, I post cheat sheets, right? Know your candlesticks, review your chart patterns, and then I put a little cheat sheet of moving averages. And what does this look like? A nice bull flag continuation pattern. Here's your red dog reversal sell, and then right in here, another nice move. The reason why I went with BITO is because I wanted to go with options also. But anyway, that was a really nice focus. And if you go to, some people wanted me to do the weekly chart of Bitcoin, which I've been doing. I do every now and then for you guys. And Bitcoin, wow, nice move. This was your daily chart. Okay, doesn't it look like two bull flag? We played this a few times. Actually, look, this is like a lesson right here. Like, look at this lesson. I'm going to teach it to you right now. So they sold the news of the ETF right here because it was kind of priced in, right, with a red dog reversal sell. You could have got out when it broke the 8-day around 45,000. Then it built a bit of a bear flag, broke below. Here is your red dog reversal, where I was actually buying the IBIT, which was the ETF that BlackRock did. Made a move, inside wedge, broke above 44. You could probably look at the public Twitter. We talked about that too. And then quick move all the way up past the 49. This was the double top that a lot of the guys were talking about. It blew it out. And then right in here, it went sideways. Looked like it was going to break below. That's why we said use 49,000 as a stop, and then blast it off. So if you go to the weekly chart now, sometimes the daily chart's good, and then you have to go to the weekly chart to look at a bigger spot. And here's your look at all the marks on this weekly chart. It may look like nothing to someone who doesn't know technical analysis, but it's almost like a radiologist reading your spine. They could see what's wrong, what's right, what's bulging, what needs to be shaved, where's your sequester disc, L4, L5. Anyway, so bottom line is look at this sequence right here. This was a fantastic sequence pretty much for the past year, where this was your first wake up move, and then right here this was a bulky move in October, and then you had another bull flag, a quicker flag, and got through 55 real easy. Your next spot 63, and then the 69,000 is the all-time high. Anyway, people like, why is it moving? Are people losing faith in the government? Are people losing faith in the fact that our debt's out the yin-yang? Are people losing faith that the Ukraine war is going for 2 years? Are people losing faith because because we have friggin' 280-year-olds running for president? Maybe. All I know is technically, we've been above the 8-day moving average, trending nicely, and there's been some things to do. So anyway, I don't try and look for the real narrative around it. I like to see how things respond in different spots, and this has been unbelievable. Crypto trades very well technically, smooth and fast. So anyway, some guys are like, are we done with Nvidia? I don't think so. Okay, Nvidia just had 2 inside days. We played a really nice call spread at a straddle for numbers, broke above 746. I actually took it home into Friday, sold it, and then yesterday was just another inside day. So we might even have a few more inside days, right? So I would not overtrade Nvidia, but see how long it needs to digest in this area before it tries to go again. Okay, what was better? Look at ARM. ARM was a great trade yesterday. ARM, we were focusing on 138.50. It happened fast. You had to get there, and then all of a sudden 149.91, and this morning it's up nicely. Well, what's ARM doing this morning? Up another 5. So this took off, right? Showed relative strength, and now it's up another 5, giving you follow through if you are long it. And what's not giving follow through right now? Some of the other ones that weren't as strong, right? AMD still hasn't really triggered, but AMD is getting juicy. Look at this nice channel here. So people are like, what needs to hold for this to act faster? Well, I would say it's got to hold above this 174-ish, and if we could stay in this upper half of this overall channel, this could be a good trade. Right now, I only have options on for that. And then AVGL looks pretty good still too. Had a nice little red dog reversal down here, big gap up with Nvidia going sideways. If this were to take out 1319, That could continue. Is SMCI done? It's not done. It just needs time. That thing is so nuts that it needs to be perfect. Right now, as long as it holds this little 895 area, I think it's fine. At some point when Nvidia wakes up again, maybe this will wake up and clear this, and then you have an upper quadrant. But for me, SMCI has to be perfect because it takes so much brain power that you really can't trade anything else if you're trading SMCI. Same thing almost with like a lot of the crypto names. You have to be watching Bitcoin, you have to watch Coin, and then you can trade Mara and Riot and the whole food chain. For me, I have too much going on, so that's why I just bought Mara calls to be involved, which worked out great. I still have over a third, and Beto calls, which I still have over half. But anyway, Sound, SOUN is one of those little small spec type of AI plays that, if you remember, Nvidia took a small stake in, and look at that move yesterday. Wow, that's a big move. Not so bad. So at this point, it went as high as what? 6. Where is it this morning? You get it's getting a little extra. Any follow through? Any follow through? That's all you could ask for. SOUN. Man, look at that. You guys are getting 87 cents, 15% in follow through. What I would do, I would trim some. That's a nice move. Look at this big gap up, protected the gap. Okay, we talk about if a gap gets protected, it usually stays in the same movement or direction of it, and then you had a pull flag, and look at that, and you're getting follow through. I wish I had it. I don't. So there are a few things that look like that in the small cap arena that might not have as much juice. I bought yesterday. Some people are like, why'd you buy JMAI? Well, why'd I buy it? First of all, I know this name from a long time ago. That's not actually JMIA. I don't even know the symbols. Doesn't that look kind of similar, where you had earnings, big wide range move? You have a bull flag right here. You have a level going sideways. So, I bought it. Okay, but it's not like a focus. I'm not going to overly trade it. I have 8, 10 positions. I've been doing this for a while, so I can massage them. So this looks pretty good. This gets about 488. It can continue. Palantir, has a nice little wedge here. Okay, it still needs some time, but this also AI spec, when the IWM gets better, Palantir likes to get better, or Palantir, however you want to say it. I am long. I would say this is the tier 1. If it breaks above 2440, maybe you get in tier 2, and then at some point, if the small caps continue and they want to get the special again, hey, maybe this gets above 2550. So I put this back on yesterday. I put a lot of little crappy names on yesterday, and then Blink, which is Jake's special. This also, little name, perked up. Okay, took out this little area. So I said, what? It came out with earnings, and infrastructure EV with Tesla acting a little bit better. Maybe this can go. So I put on a bunch of that. You know why? Because I can't be in Google right now. I haven't been in Google since earnings. Goddamn, Google's trying to change the history and get all woke. Anyway, I can't talk about that. This is when we were in Google, got out on earnings, and it's been broken. Look at that wide range candle. People are like, well, why aren't you in these names? I'm like, because these names aren't acting special right now. Google is not acting special. Okay, it needs a lot of time. I don't know what it's doing this morning, but it's below all the moving averages. It's not like it was here. Guess what else is not acting great? Apple's not acting great. Apple looks like it's very vulnerable here. Hopefully for the overall indices, it doesn't break, but kind of looks like, if it breaks this 180 area, there's a whole void here, and I bet you that's going to be, hard to ignore by the Qs and the SPYs, which could happen. That's fine. But anyway, I'm just saying, I have not, I was in it here for a quick move, and then I bought it post earnings thinking maybe it can go, and then I got out of it right there when it broke the moving averages. Apple, listen, this was an awesome trend in Apple. Apple's going sideways. I'm sure Apple is fine, but for right now, it's not paying you as a trader. As you get paid actively for a living at February 27th, and you want to get paid at the end of the month, you got to be where the action is, and even Microsoft has been really hard. Microsoft, they sold the gap up on Friday. So if you got short, great. Here was a little red dog reversal, gap up, and then even here it looked kind of good, and you could have taken it to Friday. They sold it, and then yesterday closing the lows. So this is not something that's saying be long it. So I like to be in the patterns that say, hey, be long this. Remember XBI? Yeah, you were talking about, who's that? MS 5000. Remember I told you guys about the cup and handle pattern in XBI? Well, look at it. There you go, cup and handle pattern. Woohoo! Here's your big cup. Here's your channel. In here, it was getting a little choppy, but looked ready to go. So I put a big call spread on because I wasn't sure how to time it. Then I said with you guys, you know, obviously Alpha Team sees what I'm doing, but I said once it gets above 93, 94, I'm also going to buy the XBI. And so when I'm long options and the actual ETF, that means my thesis turned into a really good trade. And boom, look at that, hit 97.52 yesterday. Where is it right now? Let's see, where is the XBI right now? Up another 66 cents, right? So I will trim some of my XBI and I will manage my call spread. I haven't been, you know, it's just, that's how you show how you move around, right? And oh, BABA, I'm actually in BABA too. I haven't been in BABA for years. 2 weeks ago, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start buying BABA, you know, BABA calls. It looked better post earnings, made a little bit of money, and then I rolled the options out into this week. And right now, nice little move, nice little bull flag. It's above 77. Looks like it's on its way to 82, right? So anyway, what's BABA doing this morning? I looked before, it was up $1. Yeah, 96 cents, not so bad. I think I have the $76 calls. And then remember China? China! No, sorry, that's not really nice. For some reason, that's like stuck in my head whenever I say China. And I'm not voting for him, or I don't even want to vote for Biden. I can't believe two 75, 80-year-old men. That's what we have. That's how bad we are as a country. That's the two candidates we could put in there. But anyway, part of my report in December was you could allocate money to 2 ETFs for China for the next few years, since they're at 5-year lows, and chances are you're going to create alpha. Or you could buy the KWEB, which you know, wound up being not the easiest trade, but I started buying the KWEB in January for March, and you know, we're starting to get a little paid here, and it's coming into, you know, this kind of resistance area. But all in all, not a bad accumulate. I started accumulating, I think, somewhere around here, all the way down, trimmed some, did it again, and it's been on my disclosure now for all that time. Anyway, PNW moves stock. Yeah, you know what? Pelosi does, right? Fancy Nancy's 83 years old, and she's buying, you know, PNW and averaging down after earnings as an 80-year-old. She should be playing freaking canasta or something. But anyway, suitability? I guess she's more suitable than any of us because she knows what's happening out there. You could follow her trades. But anyway, so that's KWEB. You know, some people are like, hey, Red Dog, what do you think about GLD? Sometimes, you know, GLD has a move, you know, after crypto. I think it's building, you know, it's taking its time. Think about it, the boomers take their time, right? Boomers like 75, 80 years old, they move slow. I move slow too, I'm 51. Crypto moves fast, but maybe this is ready to go. I actually I went out a month and I bought some of the miners just because. I bought options up, you know, thinking that, hey, maybe if the GLDs really go, I could be in some options for Nugget. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I'm not focusing on GLD and this. It's just kind of like a thesis unless it really gets better. Lilly to a trillion. Lily's been a friggin' rock star. You know, this was one of my best trades to start the year for power plays. And, you know, I'm not going to get into my likes and dislikes. I was right here and the size of this industry. For me, I like to go in my sauna and I like to do 30 minutes of sweating my cajonis off. Then I go into an ice barrel and I cool myself down and I think about the day. And that's what helps me burn calories and get my mind right. I don't want to take a pill. I'm not saying everyone could do that, but taking pills, you know, to alter your state of mind, to have better self-control is not going to last long term. Then all of a sudden you can have a friggin' thing of 18 days on it and take 12 pills a day. Listen, some people have to, I get it, but you know, if you make small steps with your mind, with fitness, with discipline, you know, it's going to take you a lot further, you know, than you know, having a crutch with whatever that crutch is. But that's anyway. Meta breaking out. Meta's been a little bit of a pain in the ass lately, but it's hanging in here. Meta acts better, you know, still above the 8 than some of these. You know what also looks a little bit better? Netflix looks a little bit better. I'm not in Meta or Netflix right now. You know, but this is hanging in here. Netflix also is hanging out up here. You know, this looks different. Doesn't this look different than Google? Doesn't this look different than Microsoft right now? Doesn't this look different than Apple? Yeah. Holding above the 8 day, going sideways. Looks like at some point maybe it takes out 592, 597. Anyway, it's 651. Right now the indices are consolidating, which is good. Maybe it's rolling over, or maybe it's consolidating to let the 8-day move up to go again. AI semis were awesome last week. Now some of them are consolidating, some better than others. What's moving is crypto equity names. Don't get caught up in the really, really small ones, but Coin, Mara, Riot, Beto, they were fantastic, starting from buying the dip last week into igniting today. Mega cap tech is rolling a little bit. The place to be the last day or so was XBI, which we have a nice big call spread, and the IWM is acting better. I have IWM type names. I'm not long the IWM. I am long here. Let's go. I'm long the XBI instead. I thought the XBI was acting better. Are we frozen? Are we frozen? IWM. We're a little frozen right now, so we'll just go back to me. Listen, I'm chilling out in my Russian bathhouse right here. I'm kidding. By the way, I did go to King Spot in Brooklyn. I took Chase and Selena on Sunday. Selena's my wife, and Chase is my freshman who's playing tonight, playing second round of the States. I'm going to post a link if you guys want to watch, playing against Payne Tech. Vegas is giving us 6 points, so we're underdogs playing at home. Anyway, so, fun things. Do some fun things. Make yourself happy. It's almost March. They say, what does it come in like a lion, out like a lamb? That means we're getting close to springtime. I've mentioned a few times, put a race, put something on the calendar for late spring, early summer. It'll keep you honest. The reason why I race is so it keeps me from drinking too much. No, I'm kidding. A little bit, but keeps me honest. But Milburn Deli, the Godfather is the way to go. I don't really love the Milburn Deli. I like to go to the Standard and get a Red Dog sandwich, which is a steak sandwich, and I get 1 or 2 IPAs. Maybe we'll have a contest, or even the contest. If you want to, tweet at me if you're ever in Milburn and you want to meet for a Red Dog sandwich. You don't have to twist my arm too much. I've done that for subscribers and from people from the Alpha team, and I'm just a regular guy, so why not? All right, so guys, good luck today, and just keep using your tier system, keep massaging your process, and keep looking around for setups, not for tops. Don't be friggin' stubborn. If you're wrong, use a stop. Don't get louder. That's why I don't even put the TV on until 9 o'clock anymore, because I can't listen to these guys. And if you listen to them, they're on all day long. All they're doing is they're debating about stocks. They're not giving you ways to approach it. They're not giving you ways to make money. They're not giving you tactical scenarios to put food on your table. And that's how you have to do it. Many different time frames. Long term, 401k, 529. Bull market will win. You could build wealth and pay for college actively. You better have a process, because unless you do it every day and you're very, if you're flexible with multiple plans, you're never going to make a living at this. And I've been doing it since 1997. And anyway, and as a prop trader, which is what I am, I'll say it, I'm a prop trader. I don't manage, $3 billion with a performance fee, so I'm not a billionaire. I make good money, Short Hills is a nice area. I might be the bottom end of Short Hills because they come from a lot of money also. My grandparents came from Poland with 50 cents in their pocket, escaped the Nazis. My dad was born in a Siberian work camp. So anyway, a lot of people are like, Ray Dog, why are you still doing this? You've been doing this for 30 years. You should be retired. You should be a billionaire. Well, I'm not. I do fine. On the rec commission, I hang out with my family. I have a lot of friends, and I enjoy things. So and I try and tell you guys how I do it so you can do it as well and be relatable. Why pay for college? Right. Biden will forgive all the debt. Don't get me started. Good luck today, guys. I'll see you later. By the way, I emceed 3 bar mitzvahs a weekend from Albany, and I was president of my fraternity and social chair running bars coming back and forth, so I didn't have any student debt. That's why I get a little upset about it.